come in. I'll share this story with you. You'll get the idea. There was a candidate for church membership and was asked a very simple question. What part of the Bible do you like the best? A simple question. He said, I like the New Testament best. Then he was asked, what book in the New Testament is your favorite? And he said, the book of the parables, sir. Don't go looking for that book, okay? Then they asked him to relate one of the parables to the membership committee. And this is what he said. Very interesting. Once upon a time, a man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell among thieves. And the thorns grew up and choked the man. And he went on and met the Queen of Sheba. And she gave that man, sir, 1,000 talents of silver and 100 changes of raiment. And he got in his chariot and drove furiously. And as he was driving along under a big tree, his hair got caught up in a limb and left him hanging there. Incredible. And he hung there many days and many nights. Well, the ravens brought him food to eat and water to drink. And one night while he was hanging there asleep, his wife Delilah came along and cut off his hair. And he fell on the stony ground. And it began to rain. Oh, you know, it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. And he hid himself in a cave. Later, he went on and met a man who said, come in and take supper with me. But he said, I can't come in, for I have married a wife. And the man went out into the highways and hedges and compelled him to come in. He then came to Jerusalem and saw the queen Jezebel sitting high and lifted up in a window of the wall. And when she saw him, she laughed and he said, throw her down out of there. And they threw her down. And he said, throw her down again. And they threw her down 70 times 7. And the fragments which they picked up filled 12 baskets full. Now, whose wife will she be in the day of judgment? Sorry. I would love to give an answer like that to a committee, but the membership committee agreed that this man was a knowledgeable candidate. Yeah, I love that. You know, it's funny but not funny. But, you know, think about this. How many of us think in the Bible it says God helps those that help themselves? It doesn't. If it does, you got the wrong Bible. Sorry. You know, if Martin Lloyd-Jones said, if we go astray in our doctrine, eventually our life will go astray as well. Yeah, there's the problem. You cannot separate what a man believes from what he is. For this reason, doctrine is vitally important. Certain people say ignorantly, I do not believe in doctrine, I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. I'm saved, I'm a Christian, and nothing else matters. To speak in that way is to court disaster. And for this reason, the New Testament itself warns us against this very danger. We are to guard ourselves against being tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine. For if your doctrine goes astray, your life will soon suffer as well. So it behooves us to study the doctrines in order that we may safeguard ourselves against certain erroneous and heretical teachings that are as rife and as common in the world today as they were in the days of the early church. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know, he also said, or Wayne Grudem, said, I'm convinced that there is an urgent need in the church today for a much greater understanding of Christian doctrine or systematic theology. Not only pastors and teachers need to understand theology in greater depth, the whole church does as well. One day, by God's grace, we may have churches full of Christians who can discuss and apply and live the doctrinal teachings of the Bible as readily as they can discuss the details of their own jobs or hobbies, or the fortunes of their favorite sports teams or television program. Yeah. You know,